Hi, OJ. I need your help. My son needs your help. This story isn't easy to tell, but I'm desperate. My son turns into a snake every night, and I can't help him. My suffering began the day my ex husband stole my son away from me. I was married to a Nigerian man for 10 years. We lived in South Africa, both of us foreigners trying to build a life. Our marriage fell apart when our son turned 5. And after the separation, my ex took our child and fled to Nigeria without my consent. Heartbroken, I returned to my home country and told my parents everything. My uncle, my mother's brother, promised to help me. He said he would travel to Nigeria and bring back my boy, no matter what it took. Legally, my son was still underage and supposed to stay with me until he was 18. But when my uncle got to Nigeria, my ex-husband's family refused to let him go. They were adamant, hostile even, until my uncle threatened them with a court action. That's when they relented, but not without a chilling warning. If you take him, they said, he will cease to be our son. You will suffer for this. Do not contact us again, no matter what. My uncle brushed it off as empty threats and brought my son back. For a while, I thought the nightmares were over. Then the strange things began. It started 6 months after my son returned. One night, he woke up crawling on the floor like a snake. His eyes transformed. One of them turned reptilian. The first time it happened, I tried to hold him down to stop whatever was happening to him, but he spat at me directly into my eyes. That was the last day I saw out of that eye. I went completely blind. His behavior grew worse. Every night, without fail, it begins. Around 11 p.m., he changes. He slithers on the floor, his movements like a snake, like his voice hissing in a language I don't understand, but fearful. It's at this point that I would ask that you subscribe to the channel, share a comment, and like the story, because that is the only way you encourage me to bring you more stories and confessions. Please subscribe. Let's go. It lasts until 4 a.m. and I can't even stay in the same room anymore. I lock him in and stand outside, trembling as the sound of something inhuman echoes through the walls. I've sought help desperately, traditional healers, spiritualists, anyone who might have an answer, but they all tell me the same thing. Whatever is afflicting my son is powerful beyond their abilities to undo. They say only his father's family can help, but they refuse to. They told me the day I took my son was the day he stopped being theirs, and they will have nothing to do with him or me. Now, even the school doesn't want him. They claim he disappears from his desk for hours, only to reappear out of nowhere. Last month, he stabbed his own cousin with scissors, and when I confronted him, he said he didn't remember doing anything. He remembers none of it, not the crawling, nor the hissing, not the horrifying nights when he isn't even human anymore. I don't know what they've done to him, but I know it's a curse. This torment comes from his father's family. They swore I would suffer if I took him, and they've made good of their promise. OJ, I'm at a breaking point. My son is slipping further away from me, and I don't know how much more I can take. If you or anyone out there can help me, please, I beg you, help us. Save my son before it's too late. Here's a confession on how he took a shortcut to success by sleeping with his mom's dead body. The road to success.